Hi, I'm Molly, and this is Dirty Mom's Yoga. We're slowing things down today. We're going to do a little bit more of a gentle yoga flow. I'm calling it a recovery flow. Sometimes our bodies are talking to us, yelling at us, and telling us to slow down. So my body did that this week. I have done a lot of workouts, a lot of yoga, a lot of strength training, and my legs are tired, my low back got sore, my shoulders started hurting, and so I thought, why not, instead of stop moving and resting, why don't I just do gentle movement? Movement that opens up those tight areas, increases the blood flow, and then just makes me feel really good. Movement is a big part of my life, as it should be part of yours as well, but we need to listen to our bodies. So today it's going to be a little quicker or a little shorter class, getting some movements in there. Please, as always, listen to your body. Keep your water nearby. I'm not going to have any props with me today besides maybe a blanket if I need to scoot that underneath a knee if I need to, but use those if you need to. Blocks or books can be helpful. A strap like a belt or something for like the strap from your robe is also helpful. So if you want to grab those and keep those nearby, please use them at any point during class today. If you like what you see, make sure you give me a thumbs up, subscribe below, and if you want to get notifications, hit that bell icon. When new content's added, you'll get an alert. And then comment below. Let me know what you like, maybe what you didn't like, and I'll try to adjust things accordingly. So we're going to go ahead and begin in a standing position. Our feet are going to be right underneath our hips. Feet are parallel. And just take a moment, take a scan of your body, soften the knees, while still gently lifting those kneecaps. So we're going to try to use as little effort to move today and get some blood flow moving in our joints. So take a deep breath in, exhale, and drop that chin to your chest. Keep the shoulder blades back and down, and just feel a nice gentle stretch. Inhale and roll the head over so your right ear is right over the right shoulder, keeping the left shoulder down. Take a moment and feel a nice stretch in the left neck. Inhale and drop your chin back down to the chest. Roll over the left shoulder, left ear to the left shoulder, feeling a stretch on the right side of the neck. Inhale, exhale, and drop the chin back down to your chest. Take a few rounds of these on your own, dropping the ears to the shoulder, rolling down to your chest and going over to the other side. You can hold or pause in any moments if you feel that your body needs a little extra attention to that spot. Complete one side, make sure you complete the other side. Inhale, exhale that chin back down to your chest. Slowly roll the head back up and gently look up to the ceiling without going too far. Have a nice gentle tuck in the chin, just stretching the front of the neck, the interior neck. Take a deep breath in, check back in with your shoulders and make sure they're melting down your back. Inhale the head back to center and roll those shoulders up to your ears, bring them back and drop them down. Add those elbows, rotate around and reach the hands behind you. Full arm this time, full rotation, really open up. One more time, the arms come up overhead, bend at the elbows, a little cactus arm, and open the heart to the sky. Take a little moment here and pause, deep breath in, and exhale. Inhale those arms back overhead and relax them down to your sides. Drop your chin down to your chest. Slowly roll that head down, down, down. Let gravity pull you towards your toes, rounding those vertebrae, opening them up one at a time. Go only as far as you can. If you need to stop at your knees, stop there. Let gravity pull you. If you can go all the way down to your feet, go ahead and do so. Bend those knees if that feels more comfortable. You can also add blocks underneath your hands if this isn't feeling good for your body today. Bend those knees, drop the pelvis, and slowly roll up one vertebrae at a time. The arms and the head hang long. Your head is the last thing to come up. And again, drop the chin down. Slowly roll down towards those feet. Check back in with those kneecaps. Make sure they're gently lifted just to protect yourself.
Slowly roll down as far as your body will allow you. Nice and comfortable. Keep the movement fluid. Rest down here for a moment. Bend those knees if you need to. You can rest your hands onto blocks as well. Drop the pelvis down and slowly roll up one vertebrae at a time. The head comes up last. Open up your stance so maybe your feet are a little bit wider than hips. You can keep your feet parallel, or if it's more comfortable for you, you can even take a slight external rotation so your toes are pointing out to the side. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, drop the chin down. We're going to do the same forward fold, or Uttanasana. Slowly roll down. Allow gravity to pull you as far as is comfortable. Let the head hang heavy. Slowly roll up one vertebrae at a time, stacking those bones back on top of each other. Head comes up last. One more time. Drop that head down. Roll down as far as you can. Deep breath in and exhale. Slowly hang out here for a moment. You can shake your head. Yes. Yes, this feels good. Slowly walk your hands forward a little bit. Step your feet back into a nice bent knee, wide leg, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Shavasana. Drop those heels down, rotate the biceps next to your ears, and bend deeply into those knees. Go ahead and lower those knees down. Allow the big toes to touch. Drop your pelvis towards your heels and fall forward into a balasana or child's pose. Take a deep breath in and just relax. Feel the pelvis melting towards those heels. Arms are relaxed down on the floor. Slowly roll up and make your way to the floor. And allow your feet to be in front of you, just a little bit wider than hips. Hands are behind you in a nice, comfortable, kind of like a crab position. We're just going to rock the pelvis back and forth. Rocking those legs, open up the hips. Rotating to the right, my left leg is parallel to the front of you. I was going to say mat, but I have no mat. Come back up and rotate to the other side. My right leg is now parallel to the front. So you can either find a nice static stretch by holding into one of these poses if that feels good, or you can dynamically keep moving. Nice and fluid, nice and gentle. Just opening up the hips, feeling the rotation, the external rotation, the internal rotation. Opening up the chest as well, a little bonus there. Find one side that feels more comfortable and hold there. Take a deep breath in. Exhale and keep holding. We're going to lift up. I'm over to the left, lifting up that right arm, bringing it up and over, feeling a little stretch in my pecs. I'm going to rotate that arm down and around and see if I can place it on top of my left hand. If you're out to the side, if this is as far as you can go, fantastic. If this is as far as you can go, fantastic. Listen to your body, whatever it needs today. If you are having both hands on the floor, really push into that floor and open up the scapula. Feel the rotation in the spine. Reverse that hand back up and over. Place it back on the ground and rotate those legs to the opposite side now. And the opposite arm comes up and reaches over, twisting over towards your side, seeing if that hand can touch and rest gently on top of the other. Push into the floor, feeling the length out of the side body, out of the front body, out of the top of the head. Inhale that arm back up and over. And you can either continue doing this on a nice, slow, steady, or you can speed it up a little bit more dynamically. So you can either continue with that pause and holding it, or if you like a little bit more movement today, just keep allowing the body to rotate and ring out. Check back in with your breath. Make sure you're breathing. Keep moving or pausing, whichever side you're on. Make sure you complete the other side. And when you finish both sides, come back into a neutral seated position. Allow your legs to fall long in front of you, Dandasana or staff pose. If this is uncomfortable, please add height. So I do have my blanket kind of nearby. Sometimes it is more comfortable to add a little bit height. If you need to keep your knees bent, feel free to do so. Take a deep breath in, find the length out of your spine, and then slowly exhale and fold forward towards those toes. Feet are flexed. Draw the shoulder blades away from your ears. Take a deep breath in, exhale and round your spine, dropping your head towards your knees, and then slowly roll up one vertebrae at a time. Find the length out of the spine again. Slowly walk yourself forward into a forward fold. Exhale, draw the shoulders away from your ears, drawing the navel in and up to protect that low spine. One more inhale, exhale. Drop the head down towards those knees and then slowly roll yourself up, one vertebrae at a time. Keep the right leg long. Left leg is going to come in, and I'm going to press my left sole of my foot gently into the inner thigh of my right leg. If that's not comfortable for you, you can go to your calf or even out to the side, just never directly on the knee. Find the length, Janu Shirshasana, and then forward fold, head to knee pose. Find the length in the front body. Exhale, melt those shoulders away from your ears. Right toes are still activated, and I have a gentle lift in my kneecap to engage that quad. One more deep breath in. Exhale, drop that knee towards your head towards your knee. Doing a nice gentle stretch in the back of the thighs, those hamstrings, maybe even into the calf. Slowly roll yourself up and switch sides. Left leg comes long. Right leg now, right foot is pressing gently into the inner thigh, lifting up my left kneecap. I'm going to inhale, find the length in my spine, and then forward fold, Janu Shirshasana, head to knee pose. My left toes are activated, and I'm only going as far as my body wants me to go today. Deep breath in, find the length in the front body, draw that navel in. Exhale, allow the head to fall towards your knee. One more deep inhale and exhale, and slowly walk yourself back up. Plant both feet on the floor, now in line with your pelvis, hands come on either side of your hips, fingers pointing towards your heels. You're going to press into the floor to a reverse table, lifting the pelvis up towards the ceiling. Head follows. You can even drop it back. Really push into those hands to lift the chest, opening up the heart. Deep breath in. Exhale, lower the pelvis back down. Allow the soles of the feet to come together, and the knees are going to fall to the side. You can take blocks if you need to, or pillows, and place them underneath your knees if that's comfortable. Otherwise, find a nice length out of the spine. Exhale and forward fold over those feet. I'm gently pressing the soles of my feet together, activating my toes by flexing them back. Finding the length in my front body, I take a deep breath in. Exhale, and then I'm going to drop my head down towards my feet. Slowly roll up, replace those feet on the ground, hands come behind you, and reverse table. Press into the feet and the hands and push the pelvis up towards the sky. Allow the head to relax. Deep breath in, exhale, lower back down. Allow the soles of the feet to come together, Baddha Konasana, bound angle. Take a deep breath in. And exhale and forward fold over those butterfly legs. Feel the length in the front body. Activate those feet by flexing the toes and gently pressing the soles of the feet together. One more deep breath in. Exhale and drop the head towards your feet. Inhale and slowly roll up. Remove any props that you might have. Swoop your legs over to the side and find yourself in a tabletop position. Hands are right underneath your shoulders, knees are right underneath your hips. If this is uncomfortable for your knees, take that blanket or a pillow and place them underneath your knees. Press firmly into your hands, jazz hands along the mat or the floor. Press firmly into it, opening up in between those shoulder blades. Draw the navel in and up. Inhale, cow, look up, arch the back. And exhale to really draw the navel in, push down, round the spine, lifting the spine up towards the ceiling. Again, inhale and look up, cow. Exhale, cat. Take a few rounds on your own. This is an option to continue dynamically moving this way. You can do a side, so you wag your tail looking from one side to the next. Whatever feels comfortable to loosen up and open that spine. You can rotate around, really getting into those hips, opening up the shoulders a little bit more. Find what movement feels best for your body today. What feels good for you today, or what feels good for you, period, may not be the same for me. And what feels good for me may not feel the same for you. Different bodies have different needs. Finish your round. If you're on one side, make sure you complete the other side. Find yourself back in a neutral position. Inhale the right arm high. Exhale, thread that hand through the little hole and find your shoulder resting on the floor as far as you can, rotating and opening up that right shoulder, feeling the stretch between those shoulder blades into the rhomboids. Reaching my right fingers long in front of me, I'm feeling the reach of my right shoulder to the back wall. Inhale the arm back up. Exhale and plant that hand down. Other side. Inhale, arm up high. Exhale, thread that arm through the hole here. Allow the shoulder to rest on the floor and your head, and feel those left fingertips reaching long in front of you. I guess it should be to the side of you, I should say. And then I'm reaching my left shoulder, thinking about it. More of an analogy, feeling that opening in my shoulder blade, in my left shoulder, my rhomboids, reaching to the side wall. Inhale that arm back up high. Exhale, place that hand back down. Tuck those toes under and slowly push yourself in a bent knee, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Shavasana. Firmly plant those hands into the mat or into the floor. Drop those heels down. Rotate those biceps towards your ears and firmly press into the thumb and first finger of your hands. This will help protect your wrists. Deep breath in and exhale. Step your right foot with bent knees. Actually, come back down to a tabletop position. I lied. Step your right foot right next to your right hand. Inhale the right hand up towards the ceiling, feeling a nice twist, and just hold here for a moment. Reach high out of those right fingertips. Deep breath in. Exhale the hand back down. I'm going to keep my right leg where it is, and I'm going to rotate my right toes out just slightly. My left foot is going to walk back as far as it feels comfortable for me to find a nice hip stretch in the left hip flexors. I'm going to open up my chest, and if this feels comfortable here, stay here. Hug that left knee in towards the midline of the body. If you'd like to go a little bit further, you can come down towards your elbows, bending them down, feeling the length in the front body, feeling an extra strength in that right adductor or the inner thigh. Lizard pose. This is a fun pose. I like this pose. Pressing firmly on the top of my left foot into the floor, and pressing firmly on my right foot to the sole of the foot into the floor. And feeling a nice, comfortable stretch. Slowly walk yourself back up. Replace the right knee back into a tabletop position. Tuck those toes under and find yourself back in a downward facing dog. You can continue with a bent knee, or if you feel like you're ready, go ahead and straighten those knees as much as comfortable and drop those heels a little bit further down. Inhale, lift up high on those toes. Exhale, find yourself back into a tabletop position. Left foot is going to step towards the left hand this time. Inhale the left arm up, twisting and reaching up towards the ceiling or the sky.
Deep breath in, really reach with those fingertips. Right hand is rooted down into the floor. Deep breath in and exhale, replace that hand down. That left knee is going to stay there. I'm going to rotate my left toes out just slightly, and then I'm going to walk that right leg out until I find a nice, comfortable position. Feeling a nice stretch in the front of the hip flexors, feeling length out of my spine. If this feels comfortable, please stay here. If you'd like to go a little bit deeper, go ahead and walk down towards the floor, bending those elbows. The top of my right foot is pressing firmly into the floor, and my left foot, the sole, is pressing into the floor while I'm hugging my knee towards my midline, towards my body. Take a deep breath in and exhale. This side's a lot tighter for me today, but it feels so good. One more deep breath in. And exhale. Slowly walk yourself back up. Tuck those toes under. Find yourself in a tabletop position and push yourself into downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Shavasana. Take a moment and walk out your feet, dropping one heel down and bending the other knee, dropping the other heel down and bending the opposite knee. Feeling the stretch in the calves, in those Achilles. Come back down to your tabletop position. We're going to go into a pigeon pose. Right knee is going to step right behind the right wrist, and the right toes are going to come in a diagonal on the opposite side of the left leg. I'm going to walk the left leg back until I feel a nice, comfortable stretch in my right glute, my right buttock. If you continue on the diagonal, point those toes to protect those knees. If you want to keep working or need a deeper stretch, wiggle the front foot and try to get it parallel to the front edge. Flex those feet back, draw the shoulder blades down, and lift up out of the front body, drawing the right hip bone back, left hip bone forward. You should feel a nice stretch in the right hip, right in that butt. Deep breath in and exhale. Feel the length out of the spine. The neck is an extension of your spine. Don't allow it to drop too much. Keep it long. Slowly walk the left toes back up. Find yourself in a neutral tabletop position, and then just roll around, loosening up that hip. This time, left knee is going to go right behind the left wrist. Left toes are going to come on the outside of the right knee, and I'm going to walk back those right toes until I feel a nice stretch coming into that left hip. If you have a diagonal with that foot, point those toes, or if you're trying to work on a deeper stretch, you can wiggle that foot in front, trying to get it parallel, and then feeling a more deeper stretch in the left hip. Really draw the left hip bone back, right hip bone forward. Inhale and exhale, draw those shoulders away from your ears, and draw your navel in and up. Feel the length out of your spine. And remember, your neck is an extension of your spine. So allow it to stack right on top of each other, each vertebrae in a line, instead of dropping the head down. One more deep breath in and exhale. Wiggle those right toes back up so you can get yourself back into a nice tabletop position. Roll it on out. Do what feels best for you. Allow those big toes to touch, knees are wide, and allow the pelvis to fall down in Balasana or Child's Pose. Hands are active. Tent those hands in front of you. Lifting up in those armpits. Feeling a nice stretch. Deep breath in and walk those hands over towards the right. Exhale and drop the left hip towards the left heel. Feeling a nice stretch in the left side body. Hands are tented, making little puppy tints on top of the floor. Inhale yourself back to center. Walking over to the right side, exhale and drop the right pelvis down to the right heel. Feeling a stretch in the nice right side body.
Find yourself back in a neutral position and allow yourself just to relax down to the floor. Slowly roll up and make your way onto your back. And I'm going to show you a variation over here on my wall. We're going to do legs up the wall. So get yourself nice and comfortable against your wall. Get your pelvis as close to it as you possibly can. And then you're going to go ahead and lay down. And then just swing your legs up. You might have to wiggle yourself a little bit so you're against the wall. And this way, there's as little effort as possible. Legs up the wall, hence the name. You can flex those toes back towards your nose. This is really good for anybody who has low back pain, who are on their feet all day. It just allows everything to come back down. Deep breath in. You can have your arms, whatever position is relaxed in. So you can either stay here. I'm going to come back to the center here and show you another variation. So I can come here, bringing my legs up. I can really activate my legs a little bit more. If this is comfortable for you and you want to have a little bit more activation, a little bit more blood flow, from here you can do a flex and then point those toes towards the ceiling, feeling the stretch in the front of the shins and in the front of the feet or the top of the feet. Flex those toes back and point those toes up. Take a few rounds. You can roll the ankles as well, really opening up the ankles, feeling a stretch even on the bottoms of the feet, that plantar fascia. So many people have plantar fasciitis anymore. Take care of your feet. Flex them back one more time. And then grab onto your knees. If you're against the wall, you may want to come back away. Grab behind your knees and allow them just to fall towards your armpits. Happy baby. Now you can grab onto your hamstrings and pull those knees down towards the floor if you'd like. You can grab onto those two big toes with your two first and middle finger and pull down. You can grab on the outside, wherever you can grab comfortably while keeping, a nice proper alignment is going to be good. Allow the sacrum to fall down towards the floor. Feel the length out of that spine. Happy baby. You can take a rock. This can be a dynamic movement as well. Feeling yourself really flexing in those hip flexors. You can straighten one leg. Ooh, a nice little hip pop. That felt good. And come back, and you can straighten the other leg. And come back. Take whatever it is that you need in this moment. Find yourself back in your happy baby position. Release those feet and just draw those knees together up an asana. Give yourself a little self-love. Hug yourself in. Allow the feet to plant down into the floor. Push into the soles of the feet and shift your pelvis to the right just a little bit. Bring your knees towards your chest and allow them to fall over to the left. Cactus those arms if it's comfortable for you, giving kind of a goalpost idea. If you want to continue that rotation, you can look over towards the right hand. Stomach churning pose. There's so many variations of this pose. If this is uncomfortable, you could always put a block in between your knees. You can put a block underneath that left knee if you're not able to twist all the way to the floor. Do what feels best for you. One more deep breath in and exhale. Inhale those legs back to center. Place the feet back on the floor. Lift up your pelvis and shift it over to the left. Bring the knees back to your chest and allow them to fall over to the right side. If you want to continue with the twist, look over towards your left hand. Again, if this is uncomfortable, you want even a more restorative position, you can take a pillow or a block, place it between your knees. You can rest your knees on top of a block, placing something underneath that right knee. Whatever you feel is necessary for the day. One more deep breath in and exhale. Inhale those knees back to center. Place the feet down, reposition your pelvis so you're back to a neutral position, and allow your legs just to fall long. Your arms can come down to side of you into Shavasana, final corpse pose. You can take a rolled up blanket and place it underneath your knees if you'd like. If you are chilly, place a blanket on top of you or put on any clothing that's going to allow you to rest here for a few moments. We're going to do our meditation at this time. Instead of in the beginning, you might have noticed I switched it around for those who've been following. So listen to my voice, stay in your Shavasana. Because meditation, recovery of our brains, our minds, is just as important as recovering our bodies. So take a deep breath in and just relax. Feel the body falling towards the floor and just listen. Our true home is in the present moment. To live in the present moment is a miracle. The miracle is not to walk on water. The miracle is to walk on the green earth in the present moment, to appreciate the peace and beauty that are available now. Peace is all around us, in the world and in nature and within us, in our bodies and in our spirits. Once we learn to touch this peace, we will be healed and transformed. It is not a matter of faith, it is a matter of practice. That is written by a Buddhist monk and author. I will actually place it below in the body of this class so that you can see it, because I'm not going to attempt to read his name. So the meditation we're going to go through is a great way to quiet your mind, especially in the midst of turmoil. There is a lot happening in the moment, so just listen. Imagine yourself sitting comfortably on the surface of the water in the middle of a lake. You are feeling totally calm, relaxed, and at peace. It feels wonderful to be sitting on the water. You begin to notice that each thought you have causes a ripple on the surface of the water. As you calm your thoughts, the water's surface becomes totally still. You allow yourself to play with the waves and your thoughts. You begin to think about something and the waves lap at your feet. You think about something you find upsetting and your body begins to rock with the waves. You quiet your thoughts, and the water begins to look like a mirror reflecting the clouds on its surface. You breathe deeply and fill yourself with a deep sense of peace and ease. As you float on the surface of the water, you think thoughts that fill you with a sense of self-acceptance. You see yourself effortlessly doing things for yourself, loving things, nurturing things that fill your inner cup to overflowing. You see yourself with a profound generosity of spirit, feeling full and sharing openly of the overflow. It feels so good to give yourself what you want and need. It is a pleasure to do things for yourself, to truly take care of yourself, and to be selfish enough to love yourself. You begin to realize being selfish is actually an act of love, and that being selfless can be an action based on scarcity and fear. Selflessness often comes from a desire to be liked, so you selfishly fill yourself up with love and acceptance until it fills each and every cell of your body and overflows into the world around you. You sit back and enjoy the support of the water and the peace that it brings to you. Take another deep inhale and slowly exhale. Reach your hands long overhead and your toes down below. Wiggle the fingers, wiggle the wrists, wiggle anything that you need, and slowly walk your feet up towards your pelvis. Hugging your knees towards your chest, fall over to one side into a fetal position. With the strength of your top arm, push yourself up halfway. It's the bottom arm that pushes you up the rest of the way. And find your hands in a prayer position with the thumbs gently resting on your sternum. Take one more deep breath in. And exhale. Slowly drop your chin down towards those hands. Thank you for joining today. This is a great class to do at any time, before bed, when you wake up, even if you're just anxious. It might quiet and calm down those thoughts. So with the light in me, I honor the light in you. Namaste.